Entering the Mayo Experience.
Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by DraftKings. Today, the 2020 Shriners Children's Open Hospitals. That's not right. Just the Shriners. Let's just call it the Shriners. It's too many words to fill out. Bad for SEO, too. So the 2020 Shriners early preview, first look, and some bets as well. So the whole purpose of doing this short video is that if you didn't see my tweet or my announcement about it, I am moving the DraftKings picks for the golf from Tuesdays over to Wednesdays during the swing season. Obviously, the Masters is going to be a little bit different. The whole point about it being that I actually do want to focus on giving good golf coverage and just slamming it together with both like the football ranking show, the spread pick show, and doing the golf show all on the same day. Golf tends to take a back seat this time of year, so I do want to focus on it. So starting tomorrow, Wednesday, Skylar Hoke is going to be back on the show to preview the Shriners and the BMW Championship over at Wentworth in Europe. He's a Euro specialist, so a great week to have Skylar on once again. And a reminder to everyone out there, if you want to do your own research, fantasynational.com is the place to do that. All the stats, all of the tools, any way you want to customize what you're searching for, you can do at fantasynational.com. You want to discount fantasynational.com/Mayo. Now, smash the like button to the video, and in the comment section, you tell me who your pick to win the Shriners is this week. It's that easy to do. So I just really want to do this to set a reminder to people that Wednesdays are when the DraftKings Golf Show is going to be coming out. My cheat sheet will be up on dkplaybook.com. I have a tournament pivots article that will come out on ftndaily.com as well. Plus, Jeff Feinberg, you may know him from the football show, the golf show, or any of these shows over like the past 8 years. He has just joined the FTN family. So he's actually doing a live chat with his golf bets and his golf picks. I think both Euro and PGA over on ftndaily.com. That is sometime on Wednesday. So follow Jeff on Twitter. He will tweet out the link and you can go chat with Jeff live over at ftndaily.com. Use code Mayo. I mean, I believe that video is free, but for their tools and everything for football and basketball, everything like that, code Mayo does get you a discount if you want that as well. But let's talk about this tournament. The Shriners, I should probably, Shriners Hospital for Children Open. It's a mouthful. I mean, shout out to the children. I mean, we're playing for charity here, but just the Shriners. We'll call it the Shriners. I'm going to stick with that. When I do the show tomorrow, it'll be the 2020 Shriners. DraftKings picks and preview, and we'll be good to go. TPC Summerlin is the course. It is a par 71, 7,255 yards on bent grass. The standard rules apply. The top 65 in ties will make the cut after 36 holes. And this is the best field at the Shriners in 36 years, at least by World Golf ranking, the strength of the field. And the past winners of this event, Kevin Na won last year and beating Patrick Cantlay in a playoff. Na gained over 14 strokes putting last year. I've never actually seen anything like that. It seems like a Denny McCarthy type stat, but I wouldn't count on that repeating itself. Now, Na is a good player. He could definitely win again. He has a second place finish here 5 years ago as well, but gaining over 14 strokes putting, tough to repeat, tough to do, even if you're running as hot as possible. But that's just so many. The Patrick Cantlay style of play is actually how you want to attack TPC Summerlin. So Bryson won the year before, -21. Cantlay in a windstorm won at -9 in his first appearance at this course. And then Rod Pampling -20 the year before that. Smiley Kaufman, 5 years ago. It's been 5 years since Smiley Kaufman got his win. Seems like eternity ago at this point that Smiley Kaufman was a winner on the PGA Tour. He's in the field this week, though. But I go back to the Cantlay thing. Cantlay has 3 starts at this tournament, second, and first. So, watch out for Patrick Cantlay this week. But the way that he goes about his game is what you want to do at TPC Summerlin. You want to be really good off the tee, but not like the greatest in the world off the tee. You want to be good off the tee. You want to be better at approaches, and you want to make some putts for the week. It's funny that Sergio won last week after I had bet Sergio like 10 times during the swing season and then didn't bet him last week. Smart move, me taking Stenson. All I wanted to do last week was target these guys that played well at the Wyndham Championship in the past. That's how I ended up on Snedeker. I ended up taking Stenson just for whatever reason. I was like, Sergio can't putt. But here's the thing. It's great news for all the Ben Ann and Corey Connor lovers of the world that eventually the putts will drop. It might be a fluke. You might have to putt with your eyes closed like Sergio does, but as long as the ball striking is there and you give yourself the opportunity to make some of these putts, eventually they'll drop. Like Sergio gained less than 3 strokes gained putting, but he didn't lose 7 on the green. And that was good enough in order to win, especially in a field like that. So it's great for Team No Putt to see Sergio come through for anyone who ended up taking him out there. Again, I was not on it, so I don't think many were on Sergio. More people seem to be on Hudson Swafford the week before than they were on Sergio. But it's been an old man renaissance so far during the swing season outside of the U.S. Open, obviously. You got Stuart Sink, Sergio Garcia, Hudson Swafford. So I might have to take some like old jabroni from the back of the pack to win this week. We'll see. I'll get to my bets here in a second, but looking at it, the Cantlay prototype is what you want to have. Even the year that Bryson won. I mean, Bryson's a completely different player than when he won at this event 2 years ago, but it still should be pretty good. I'd like to see his irons be a bit more consistent, but if the putting is going to continue to be as good as it's been, along with the driving, you can almost pencil him in to lead the field in strokes gained off the tee. That's going to be pretty good. Not a huge percentage of players hit the fairway here. Well, I mean, a majority do, but tour average is like 62% hitting fairways. At TPC Summerlin, it's like 54%. Doesn't seem to be the biggest deal in the world, but just looking at all of the salaries right now, there's only like 4 guys above, well, there is 4 guys above $10,000. You got Bryson, Webb, Cantlay, and Finau, all good plays, all finished inside the top 10 at this tournament last year. But I think that you can go a long way into saving some money if you just start with Morikawa or Hideki in the upper 9. So the bets that I've made so far this week, I bet Morikawa when it opened at 22-1. He's down to 18 in some spots, 20 in others. I just bet Morikawa like every single week. And it is interesting to note that Cantlay has a win here and Bryson has a win here. 2 guys that have won at Memorial at Muirfield Village. Morikawa did not win the Memorial, but he did win at Muirfield Village earlier this year. All his wins this year have also come on bent grass as well. It seems to be his preferred putting surface, even at TPC Harding Park. We got some bent out there, not the POA that you normally expect on California. He doesn't have like the plus distance that you really want, but there, as a par 71, there is 3 of them are somewhat eagleable. There's 2 of them that you can get to in 2 and make an eagle. The other one you kind of have to get lucky. But there is a drivable par 4. And honest to God, anytime that you get a drivable par 4 on the course, Collin Morikawa is the guy you want to go to. That guy fucking dominates short par 4s. I believe it's 303 yards, number 15. I think it's number 15. But either way, you don't need to be the longest guy in the field. You just need to be really good off the tee. And that's what Morikawa is. He's not Bryson off the tee. He's not Rory off the tee, but he's long enough to reach those, and he's so deadly accurate with his driver. I'm not really concerned that he didn't play all that well at the U.S. Open. I mean, the U.S. Open's tough. A lot of people didn't play well at the U.S. Open. So I'm just going to kind of give him a write-off on that one. Below that, I bet Wolf at 25-1, Morikawa and Wolf. That's like my dream team. And maybe I'm channeling my inner Feinberg, but I found a Fowler at 39-1 number. You can find him at 35 in a lot of places, 33, 35, 33, whatever. I just like the way that Ricky actually played at the U.S. Open. Good ball striking numbers, lost a lot putting, not something that you normally see from Ricky Fowler. And now that you're getting him closer to 40-1 than his usual like 18 or 20-1, I think it's a pretty good bet. I'm curious to see what I end up doing with Zalateros, because Zalateros, Neiman, and Abraham Ants are all in that like 50 to 70 range. It's just funny, even looking at the early DraftKings ownership, that no one's on Zalatoris just because he missed the cut last week. The ball striking was fine. He just couldn't make a putt to save his life. Kind of the story of his game when he's not running well, like a lot of these guys who are supreme ball strikers. But I might end up on him. From like the bottom end, I ended up taking Norlander. Maybe the hot putter can just continue. He's back to 125-1. I'm on that. Tyler McCumber at 175, and I found Jason Duffner 300-1. So I played all those with the top 5 each way. I bet Duffner top 20 and McCumber top 20 as well. I will release my entire cheat sheet on Wednesday if you're looking for it after we do the DraftKings golf show. I didn't want to make this many bets early, but I like some of the numbers that I saw on the board. I punched through my numbers on Fantasy National. Like, yeah, you really have to hope that it's not a Bryson or a Cantlay or one of like the top 5 studs just goes and run away with this, but this field is stronger than normal, and you're getting some pretty good numbers on players. Even someone like Sam Burns, who I don't love Sam Burns, but he goes from being like 25-1 to like 150-1. Yeah, he missed the cut on the number. Like, it wasn't a great week for Sam Burns, but at the same time, you drop like 120 spots in the betting odds. Seems kind of crazy to me. Duffner actually struck the shit out of the ball last week. Lost strokes putting, par for the course for him. But if Sergio has taught me one thing, got to stick with my bomb losers who might eventually just start hitting some putts. And if that Muirfield Village thing actually is a crossover, Duffner has won at that course as well. Ricky, also another player who's played really well at Muirfield Village over the years. Hideki is a former winner there. It turns out just like good players play well there, but you can find some guys at the very bottom, I think this week, that you can potentially squeeze through. And while driving distance is going to be something that you should potentially target to make those par fives easier, we've seen skill sets kind of across the board end up winning here. If Kevin Na can win based on a putter, I don't think Jason Duffner can gain 15 strokes putting, but if he gains like 3 strokes putting, the ball striking is still good enough that it should come along with it. But that's my first look for the 2020 Shriners. Again, the full shows moving forward during the swing season are going to appear around noon on Wednesdays. We'll be breaking down the entire DraftKings field, maybe touch on some Euro, and maybe add some players to the betting card as well. But I wanted to let everyone know this before people were complaining that they couldn't find the golf show, so release this. And maybe I'll continue to do some of these like early 10-minute quick hits right off the top of the week to get you prepared, what you should be looking for, at least what I'm looking for. And you can be like, hey, Pat's an idiot. And we could do the opposite of what he's doing. Hey, if that's the way you want to play it, if it's successful, I'd say go for it, to tell you the truth. Just remember, become a member at fantasynational.com. Get yourself a discount with fantasynational.com/Mayo. Highly recommend. These are the softest tournaments all year long during the swing season in terms of DraftKings, that you just have a lot of players who are playing football entering these golf contests because they got nothing better to do. So you can probably clean up just a little bit if you're putting the tools to good use. fantasynational.com/Mayo. Smash the like on the way out. Leave your winner in the comment section. If you're listening to the audio version, please rate the Pat Mayo experience 5 stars. Leave a review if you're feeling generous. DraftKings show tomorrow on Wednesday. Spread pick show with Jeff and Tim tomorrow on Wednesday. Fantasy football rankings later on Tuesday. And then Thursday, DraftKings pick show. And then we're going back all at it again for the following week. Thank you all for watching. I'm Pat Mayo. I'll see you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience! Experience!